go. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. So, welcome to yet another episode. Again, I'm afraid we're going to make a pork roast. A little bit different method this time. Temperature has dropped here around in Denmark, and it's been freezing this night. It's become overcast now during noontime, and we're now into almost 4 o'clock actually, so it's a bit late for me to use my normal method, but the cold weather has done that I've lit the oven here already this morning in order to further increase my understanding of how it works simply as a heating tool. I've been keeping it on a kind of low burn all the time, so it's not ludicrously hot, far from it actually, but I want to give the roast a boost, so I'm gonna insert it in the oven now and put some serious wood into the firebox. Temperature is around almost 150 here on this thermometer. Still, I'm not quite satisfied. I've just about decided that I need to buy one of these laser thermometers, and I haven't gotten around to that yet. The roast goes in here. First of all, there you are. And then, as I said, we're going to create some serious heat. This piece here has been in for a pretty long time. I think it's almost exhausted. It must be as hollow on the inside, so to say, but let's do something about it. One piece, and yeah, I have another one here. These two first pieces are a bit awkward, but not too large, so they will just take off quite quickly, and I will open the secondary air here, and hopefully we'll see some effect pretty soon. Open. Seems to be coming along nicely. So I'll try to boost the roast here and have it done within, well, before 1.5 hours, let's put it that way. So the funny thing here is actually that the built-in thermometer also stays 150 degrees centigrade. Normally that is more kind of generous with the temperature measurement, but what can I say? As I said, it's been going on for a long time, so maybe it's kind of found its a good footing, but certainly this huge improvement in the fire activity is going to make a huge difference. Let's just open to give you an optimum view and a bit of sound as well. It's just taking off. It's going to be quite tremendous. There you are. All right, be back in, say, half an hour. See how we're faring. Well, almost half an hour later. Still a lot of fire going on here, but the wood inserted has almost been consumed. So in a moment we'll see. I just want to reflect a little bit on the heating element here. So of course I'm intend to use this oven as well to help heating this small house. And today has been a good, still is of course a good opportunity to do a bit of testing and exercising, so to say, how it works out. I have been a little bit worried that the oven actually was would be putting out too much heat, so that's why I kept it on a very low level, and that certainly hasn't, made the house here altogether too warm. I think we're about 15, 16, 17 degrees depending on how high we go up. We have a pretty high ceiling here, so you have to heat up the kind of headspace first, and then it'll slowly come down to where the rest of us are. And it's been working okay, and it indicates that it's certainly not putting out too much heat. In order to keep a good temperature in here, and also if I wanted to open the doors for the small bedrooms, that would consume even more heat. So there is an avenue here that I can actually get the pleasure of burning some wood seriously. So that's, I think, has been a good experience today. As I said, it has been quite cold here tonight, and still it's just above freezing point now. But there isn't much wind, and wind is very important when it comes to heat retention. So I think it's quite still getting very hot here on the surface almost. Well, I hope my hand here is almost, very intensive heat here. And that worries me a little bit, because I think it's going to be difficult to do regular cooking on the top here, unless it's on a very low burn in the inside. So half an hour, let's check it out. As you can see, some nice embers in there, and they're certainly emitting a lot of heat. I can feel it here as well, despite 3 layers of glass and air flow and whatnot. But let's check the oven. Just turn on the light here in the oven and see how we're doing. Yeah, I think that's okay for the first half hour, and it's been building up temperature. Now it claims to be, yes, actually more or less the same temperature as before, according to this. I'll just leave it there for now. I need to get a proper glove here. So, but the other thermometer has increased significantly, so again, there's no real logic to this. I will simply add a nice piece of wood. Here we have a nice square piece of birch, so we'll put that in there. There you go. And open the air completely here. Oh, I closed it, put it over there, sorry. There you go. It's caught on nicely. I'll just reduce slightly here, maybe to half, a little bit below half, the secondary air here, just to make it last a little bit longer. The heat emitted is not that much dependent on the amount of wood in the firebox. As long as there is wood, it's pretty happy more or less. It is the airflow which regulates the velocity of the fire more than anything else. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So we'll put on here for another half hour. All right, once more, half an hour has elapsed. Let's check the oven. So, here we are. Turn it around for, seems to be hotter on the back side here. Not surprising, I guess, but well, one hour of cooking, and yeah, it's coming around nicely. I'm sure it's going to, another half hour, it's going to do a lot of difference. Let's check the fire. Nice amount of embers in there. The last piece here is shrinked quite a deal, but still, oh, a wave of heat comes out here, of course. So one more piece, I think, should be the last for this project. There we go. Like that. And I will open the airflow. And it kind of takes off on the afterburner, I might say. Very nice. I'm just going to reduce the air a little bit here. I want to try to reach an even higher temperature here for the last, hopefully the last half hour. So half an hour later, and I shall remember to make a note that the temperature here in the room has now increased to 20 degrees, 1 meter above the floor. So that has certainly helped that I've, so to say, increased the fire here for, well, this last 1.5 hour. But let's check out the roast. Yeah. certainly is picked up, but the crackling is not quite there yet, I'm afraid. So what to do? The temperature here on the built-in thermometer is something like 200 degrees or in that vicinity. My own thermometer here, must have more or less given up on it. It's yeah, it says 150, and so I think that it is above that. It's hotter than that. So what to do? Still some activity here in the firebox. The last piece is still burning, so I think that I won't spend more wood. I think I'll turn down here and sort of savior the heat in here, and hopefully that will work out. So yeah, let's give it another maybe 15-20 minutes and check again. Closing the shutters here 20 minutes ago has killed the fire in the firebox here. Still nice bed of embers and a little piece of wood. Still a lot of heat coming out of here, so certainly should still be able to function. Let's check the oven. Alright. Still, actually, I would like, I do think that maybe I need to put a bit of the soup on top here. It needs a bit more heat and maybe some moisture. I'll fetch a spoon to put some of the soup on top of the crackling in the hope that will initiate the desired effect. And then I will also give it one more piece of wood and crack up the fire one more time. There we go. Well, let's see if this has the desired effect. And I found this nice small piece. Hopefully do the job. Let's get it on top of the embers here and press it down slightly. Open the air and pretty immediate effect. $15, that's my offering here. So starting the timer from now. Alright, 15 minutes later, and fire is still going on nicely. This small piece is into it. It's not the ferocious fire that we've seen earlier, so I'm actually quite excited to see if it's had the effect that we hope for. Alright. Still, I'm afraid the crackling is a bit soft and no, it doesn't seem to be very hot in here. Also, when I look on the, say, the meat part of the roast here, still relatively pale. So, but on this side here, actually, it has gained a little color. So, what to do? What to do? This is a bit disappointing. I might try to move it higher. I put it up here. There's no room for it there. Maybe. Doesn't make much of a difference. Put it back on the sliders here. Quite convenient, these sliders. So only see one thing to do now, and that is actually offering a larger piece of wood and crack up the heat considerably. We are closing up on 2 hours preparation time, of course. I'm also worried that the roast is going to become too dry, but let's see. For this piece here, it's a bit too large, actually. Take out this one for a moment, and here we go. See here, these small holes here are for the air to enter and run along the window here. I'll keep this grating out for now because it's quite hot. I had smell of this rubber here when I took it out. So let's open up here. See if we can get it cracking. Once again, I have to say perhaps 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, let's see what's happened. Yeah, not satisfied with the crackling, but it is certainly getting darker. So Another piece was fine. So I think I'll have to give up here. I can take it to the electric oven in the main house and give it a few minutes under the broiler, and we'll see. So that was have to give some consideration as to what, if anything for that matter, went wrong, and it certainly wasn't the desired result. Certainly in the meantime, its temperature in here has picked up, but I think I'm quite pleased with the effect of the oven in heating this small house. Well, I brought it over here and put it under the griddle in the electric oven, and then I went just across the small yard here and closed the light and picked up the camera, and when I came back, this is what I found. So it almost exploded in just, well, a couple of minutes really. So well, so this is functional. You can see there are still patches here where it hasn't really cracked up, and well, I do prefer the crackling that we've produced earlier to these kind of bloated ones, to call it that. But still, need to consider what happened here, why it didn't go as intended. If you have any ideas, of course, you're welcome. Let's check out the inside. This actually looks quite nice. Certainly nice and juicy. So that part of it was okay, but the crackling, I guess, my consideration at this point is that probably I should have given it very high heat, maximum heat towards the end, like we saw here when as soon as it came into the griddle, it puffed up like